Hey there, soccer freaks. This is ATL On Fire, the podcast where we talk all things Atlanta United Football Club. So sit back, buckle up, enjoy. And you got to go to the Nashville game.
Correct.
Yesterday, which was a 3:30 start on a beautiful Atlanta day.
It was absolutely gorgeous. The roof was open, and when that roof works, it's stunning. Mercedes-Benz is a thing to behold.
While I was doing some barbecue, watching the game outside on a TV, it reminds me we need to get back to doing some tailgating and getting your grill going outside the Mercedes.
Yeah, dear podcast listeners, Atlanta United threw us a curveball in our section. They gave us free food and free drinks. And it's made us conflicted about tailgating because we normally tailgate. So maybe you should take a poll whether or not we should, A, tailgate, B, just eat the food and drink inside our free section, or C, do both.
Do both. I've already jumped. Because we at least got to do it once and do a barbecue, right? And
Look out, world.
Early.
Yeah.
So, that game, certainly for 75 minutes.
Are you going to switch the view for our YouTube? Whoa.
How about that?
There we are, once again in Technicolor. It's like the Wizard of Oz.
Those are my notes on the Seattle game, but since I was barbecuing and just
it's like behind the curtain, you can see the notes on the floor. That's why he's cheating.
Watching the CCL game in between the Atlanta United game. Mm-hmm. Just had fun watching the game.
You mean the real CCL, not the CONCACAF?
Yeah, the real one. The really isn't one.
Sorry, CONCACAF.
So I'm going to let you take us through the Atlanta-Nashville game since you were there, right? So
Holy crow, role reversal.
Yeah, well, you got the
panicked.
You had the view from the 50-yard line.
So beautiful seats.
I had a view from a TV outside with a glare on it and a broadcast from Bailey Sports that was glitchy and had a beautiful kind of glare on the field from the dome being open. You know how it was just really kind of hard to see the ball and what was going on.
It's actually interesting, when the roof is open in an afternoon game, the sun started out a little over halfway, and Brad Guzan was looking into the sun in the first half. And then in the second half, the Nashville keeper was looking into the sun all the way up to about maybe 10 minutes to go, and then it went into completely shade.
So walk us through the game. What did you think of the let's just start with the first half.
Well, I mean, you can't dominate more overall than we did. We had possession, although I think some of the shot stats were not that. I didn't look at the expected goals, but overall, I would say you have to be happy. We were in control of the game. We scored 2 good goals for a change. Yep. Particularly the team goal in the second. I mean, so the first goal
was just a big deep ball right down the center.
Yeah, Moreno, it was a long ball down the center to Moreno. Who made the ball?
Moreno got it and did a really nice job of it kind of came over his right shoulder.
Really good settle.
And then settled it to his left, which kind of cut behind another defender.
The Nashville keeper looked like
it was kind of screening his own keeper, right? And so all he did was just...
He looked like he was going to fall over his own feet, the Nashville keeper.
Yeah.
It wasn't great. But who made the pass?
I didn't see who made the pass.
It came from the right side.
Yeah.
Was it Miles Robinson also?
I don't know.
I knew, but
we're going to have to go back and look at that. But yeah, whoever it was, kudos. Great ball. And yeah, a lot of credit to Moreno for being composed on it. And it wasn't the prettiest goal you're going to see.
I feel like it was Brooks Lennon.
Okay.
I feel like it was Brooks Lennon.
That feels like it's
it was from the right side, and I think it was Brooks Lennon because I don't think, yeah. So, anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, and Moreno didn't.
It was either Lennon or Robinson.
he didn't get a lot on his shot, but it was enough. And
yeah, it was going one way and shooting back the other way. It's a misdirect, and that's enough.
Went under, kind of under the feet of the defender, and the keeper that at that point was screened, and went right by him. So, and also it was another great goal from Moreno to have the fans kind of get behind him.
It was a great run. I mean, you love to see a guy like Moreno running from midfield beyond the last defender. I mean, when you do that and you're probing, and then that's fantastic.
So that was his high point in the game. I think I absolutely know his low point. Do you?
His low point?
Oh, yeah. The simulation was ugly. I know you may have not gotten to see the...
Oh, yeah.
So,
even live, I could say people were so mad in a section. They're like, oh, it's giving yellow card. It's totally inappropriate. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was a dive.
Yeah. Oh, it was 110% a dive. And
even from the upper row where our beautiful sideline seats are, I could tell that was a dive.
Oh, yeah. That was worth the break there. Thank you.
Wine break.
But, I think, that was a
time for our commercial sponsor.
That is an area that Moreno, he's got to figure out how to be a little stronger in the MLS. And that's a part of his game. He needs
I think he's figuring it out, like you said before, getting used to the league.
Yeah, but that's not the way you do it, by doing a full-on knee diver.
In fairness, Barco was super flop, in his first several appearances, and he's lost that.
Yeah. If we ever see him, I mean.
Yeah, if he's still alive. He did play in the second half, though.
Yeah.
So clearly he is still alive. That was one of the questions we had in the last podcast. Is Barco still alive? The answer is yes, Mikey Dowds. He's still alive.
I know. I think he's maybe going to go in this
slightly alive
summer transfer window.
I'm only mostly dead.
That's my theory. Only mostly dead.
So and in the second half, it seemed like we were in control the entire way. We scored a beautiful goal again that we've touched on before. Interception by Walks. Marcelino Moreno running at the defender. Really nice ball out to Bello. Beautiful run by Erik López. Great finish. Again, the keeper at 6s and 7s. The keeper was like going for the ball and was like, oh, somebody ran in front of me. I was not impressed with the Nashville goalkeeper. But great goal. And I don't know. So Erik López was fed through in the second half by Bello, and he totally blew the breakaway. And I kind of assumed he was offsides, but in live, we never saw a flag. Do you know? Did they do VAR on TV? Was he offside?
I don't recall.
I tried to check it on the highlights after, and they didn't say anything about offside. So my impression at the stadium, my impression was, well, he blew it, but he kind of knew he was offside. So, there's always that thing. But in retrospect, I think he just blew it. I mean, he had a straight out breakaway.
Yeah.
I mean, so great run, great ball by Bello, slipped in a beautiful ball, and if it was onside, then the timing was beautiful.
Yeah.
But you got to bury that game at 3-0. As far as the last 10 minutes, I know people are going to be super critical, and it felt like, being kicked in a bad spot.
What happened? Like, I was pretty loose, having some Coronas, watching the game, and wasn't going to get overly upset.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't really try to break it down. Particularly in these defensive moments where there's lapses, you're really good at kind of identifying who or whom was a part of the breakdown. Was it at midfield where it really went wrong, or was it the back line when it came in?
To be honest, I don't think that either goal was too much of a lapse, and I didn't think so live, and I didn't think so even when I went back and watched the replay on the highlights. The first goal, maybe you say, okay, you let him get in the penalty area a little bit easy, and he wasn't tightly marked, but he cuts back, a nice cut back, and that ball goes right through Sosa's legs, which is a little bit unlucky. And then I actually turned to our good friend Quentin right then, and I said, which he mercilessly teased me about later. I said, "Look, don't worry about it. We're still in control of this game. No way they're coming back."
Yeah.
And then, of course, a few minutes later, they score again. The second goal was just a shambolic comedy. I mean, it's a longer shot. It deflects sideways off of Miles Robinson and just falls right to the guy at the 6-yard box. I mean, yeah, maybe you could say that we should have been, covering over there, but I just think sometimes you have to be like, luck is just not on our side today. And we felt, sometimes you don't feel in control. We felt totally in control.
Yeah, up until the end there, and then we could have lost it too. There was another moment after that second goal that I think they could have put a third in. I don't remember the details.
But we had another couple of chances to, to bury it, and then maybe even to get to 3-1. Like, I don't know. I have a hard time being too critical. I think we have to keep taking a deep breath because I like the way we played. I enjoyed the game. I thought we were the better team. We deserved to win. It's actually interesting that, our schedule thus far, if you look at the top of the table, the teams that are at the top of the table, we've played most of them, right? We've had a pretty tough schedule.